Parshas Matos. Everybody knows that Midos Tovos, somebody that has good character traits, is always somebody you want to have to do with. You want to know him. You want to be with him. Midos Tovos is a wonderful thing. But in today's parsha, in Parshas Matos, we could find out it's way, way beyond that. Midos Tovos are way beyond just liking the person or having to be near him or with him. It says in the parsha that Nekoim Nikmas B'nei Yisrael Me'es HaMidyonim. The Rebbeinu Shalom tells Moshe Rabbeinu to take revenge from the Midyonim. Go to war against the Midyonim. They did so many bad things to Klal Yisrael. They were machti Klal Yisrael. They made Klal Yisrael sin. Because of them, 24,000 of Klal Yisrael died. That's what it says in the Torah. So the Rebbeinu Shalom says now, Nekaim Nikmas B'nei Yisrael Me'es HaMidyanim. Go to war take revenge against the Midyanim, and take 1,000 from each tribe to go along with you to fight against the Midyanim, to go along. And Moshe Rabbeinu sent the thousands of troops, v'yas Pinchas ben Elazar HaKohen Latzava. The one who led Klal Yisrael in battle was Pinchas ben Elazar. Pinchas, the son of Elazar the Kohen. And the Chazal come along and ask, what's going on? Kadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Nekaim Nikmas B'nei Yisrael Me'es HaMidyanim. You should go and take revenge of the Midyanim. And he sends Pinchas. He sends somebody else. And the Chazal answer. Chazal themselves ask the question. Chazal answer, Al Yedeshin is Gadel b'Midyan. Since Moshe Rabbeinu grew up in Midyan, he said, Einai badin shani meitzar l'misha osali toiva. I can't go and oppress and fight against people who did me a favor. And what favor did they do him? It's unclear exactly what they did, but it must have been minute. It's not even known what they did for him in Midyan. And the question is, Chazal just answered that Moshe Rabbeinu paskined, felt that he can't oppress people who did him a favor. And the question is, on the Chazal's answer, this is mystifying. Moshe Rabbeinu was commanded by Hashem, Nekaim Nikmas B'nei Yisrael, go out and fight against Midyan. So true, it's nice to have Hakoras HaToiv to Midyan, it's nice to appreciate the favors they did, but because of this appreciation, this can push aside a commandment of the Rebbeinu Shalom, that the Rebbeinu Shalom says, you go and take revenge of Midyan. And Moshe Rabbeinu was sort of in a dilemma. What do I do? The Rebbeinu Shalom said that I should take revenge and I should go to war against the Midyanim. But how can I? The Rebbeinu Shalom also says that there's such a thing as Hakoras HaToiv. There's such a thing that we have to follow in the ways of Hashem. V'alachte b'drochav, we have to go in His ways. He's good, we have to be good. He's merciful, we have to be merciful. So the Rebbeinu Shalom says we have to have Hakoras HaToiv. So Moshe Rabbeinu is in a dilemma. What do I do? The Rebbeinu Shalom says, go fight against Midyan. And Moshe Rabbeinu says, how can I? I benefited from them. comes along Agoin Reb Chaim Shmulevich Zecher Tzaddik Livrocha, and he tells us, from here we see that it not only is appreciation for somebody who did me a favor, not only is it good to appreciate and to want to be with a person like that, and to respect a person like that, a person that I did a favor, and a person that did me a favor, I appreciate. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to know people like that. It's way beyond that. Reb Chaim Shmulevich Zecher Tzaddik Livrocha says that we must say that even though Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu to take revenge of the Midyanim, but the obligation to appreciate the favor that somebody did for me explains Midos Tovos Hakoras HaTov, respecting, appreciating my fellow's good deed toward his favor toward me. This explains the commandment of to take revenge of Klal Yisrael. We must say that even though the Rebbeinu Shalom says, you, Nekaim Nikmas B'nai Yisrael, you take revenge from Klal Yisrael, we must say that it must be through others. It must be through others. It can't be yourself, because the Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't wants me to appreciate the favor that somebody did for me. We see here the power of appreciation, the power of Hakoras HaTov, the power of Midos Tovos. It's not just, it's a nice thing to be friends with such a person who's so appreciative of a favor that somebody did for him. But we must say, so here too we must explain that when the Torah says Nekaim Nikmas B'nai Yisrael, take revenge of Klal Yisrael, it must be through others, because the Rebbeinu Shalom never meant that he himself, Moshe Rabbeinu himself, should take revenge, because some of the favors that they did for me explains that when the Rebbeinu Shalom says, I want you to take revenge of Midian, it must be through others. So we see here the tremendous power of Midos Tovos. It explains commandments of Hashem. Just like the Torah says, just like the Braisa says, we say that, a lot of times things are vague in the Torah. The Torah had to give us keys, how to decipher, how to interpret. And the Rebbeinu Shalom gave us, Rabbi Shmuel says, we say it every day in the davening, Rabbi Shmuel says that through a Gzeira Shova, through a Hekesh, there are methods how to interpret Torah. Midos Tovos are so powerful that they too are one of the B'shloish Esrei Midos. It's like a 14th Midah. It's a 14th way of explaining the word of Hashem. So this is a message to us how much we should strive to become Balei Midos, how much strive we should have appreciation of somebody who did favors for us, because it's so powerful. It could explain vague or puzzling commandments of Hashem.